Number 1 says the measure of a side of a cube is 13. Find the total surface area and lateral area. So in a cube, we know that the width, the height, and the length, they're all 13. This is a prism. So lateral area of a prism is giving us the formula P times H. P stands for perimeter of the base, and H stands for the distance between two bases. So I'm gonna use the front face as my base. To find the perimeter is basically 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13. Or if you like, there's 4 sides, 13 times 4. And that would give me 52. The height here is, if this is one of my base, the parallel side to this face is the back face. So the distance between the two bases is also 13. So I get that my lateral area is 52. That's the perimeter times the height. Distance between the two bases is 13. If I multiply that out, I would get 676. For surface area of a prism is the perimeter times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. pH is basically the lateral area. We found that is 676 plus 2. B is the area of one base. So in this cube, one of the base is a square. So to find the area of a square is just length times width. So 13 times 13. And that will give me 169. So now I'm plugging it in. 169. So total surface area is the lateral area, 676, plus 2 times the base. If I multiply that out, my final answer, total surface area, is 1014. Lateral area. Number 2 asks to find the lateral area of a regular pentagon or pentagonal pyramid with base edge length of 8 inches and a height of 20 inches. I drew my pentagonal pyramid here. So the lateral area formula for a pyramid is 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. In this situation, it doesn't give us the slant height, so we have to find it. So it gives us the height from the bottom to the top vertex, which is 20. So if we draw a right triangle, right? So let me extend that triangle out here, redrawing it. So the height is 20. This bottom is half of the length of the side. So half of 8 will be 4. And then this hypotenuse is the slant height. We can use the Pythagorean theorem now. If you don't remember what Pythagorean theorem is, it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find the slant height. So I get 20 squared plus 4 squared equals the slant height squared. 20 squared is 400. 4 squared is 16. That equals to the slant height square. So I get 416 equals L squared. If I square root both sides, I get that the slant height equals to 20.4. Now that I found the slant height, I have to find the perimeter of the base. So I can plug it back into my formula. So the perimeter of this base, Well, it's a regular pentagon, so there are 5 sides, and each side is 8 inches. So it's basically 5 sides, each side are 8 inches. So 8 times 5, I would get 40. Now plugging it back in the formula, lateral area is 1/2 times the perimeter, which is 40, times the slant height, 20.4. If I calculate that out, I would get that the lateral area is 408. Number 3 asks us to find the total surface area and lateral area of each of the following shapes. So we're going to start with this rectangular prism. Lateral area, the formula for a prism is P times H. So first we have to find the perimeter. In this shape, you can use the front and back as a pair of bases, or the sides as a pair of bases, also the top and the bottom, as long as they're parallel to each other and they're the same shape. I'm going to use the front and the back as my pair of bases. That'd be easier for me. So this is one of my base, and the back is my other base. So to find the perimeter, here this base is 2 by 3. So 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3. That will give me 10. The height, once again, is the distance between the two bases. So here, if this is my first base, the second base is in the back. So the distance between the two bases is 6 feet. So my height is 6. Now I just plug in the formula. I get that P is 10. The height is 6. So 10 times 6 is 60. That is my lateral area. For surface area of a prism, the formula is pH plus 2 times B. B stands for the area of one base. So I'm going to find B. Here, this is my base. So to find the area of this rectangle, it's just length times width. So 2 times 3, that will give me 6. I already found the lateral area. So now I'm just going to plug it in. P times H was 60. Then plus 2 times B here is 6. If I solve, I would get that my surface area is 72. The formula for the lateral area of a cone is pi times r times L. L is the slant height. Here in this diagram or shape, it doesn't give us the slant height, so we have to solve for it. It does give us the height, and it gives us the radius. So this is the slant height that is missing. As you can see, we can draw a right triangle. We can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the slant height. So you get 9 square plus 5 square equals to the slant height square. 9 square is 81. 5 square is 25. You add those together and square root both sides. You get that the slant height is 10.3. Now I can plug it in my formula. So the lateral area is pi. The radius here is 5. The slant height is 10.3. Multiply that out. I get 161.8. And that is my lateral area. Surface area of a cone. The formula is pi r times slant height plus pi r squared. I found the lateral area. That was 161.8. Now I added to pi. R here is 5 and square. When you multiply that out, you get that the surface area of this cone is 240.3. The next shape is a pyramid. The lateral area formula for a pyramid is 1/2 times P times L. P is the perimeter of the base of the pyramid, and L once again is the slant height. Here it gives us the height of the pyramid but not the slant height. So once again, we have to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for the slant height. So the height is 8, so you have 8 squared plus, since this distance is always half of the base and the base length is 6, half of 6 will be 3. So you get 3 squared. 8 squared plus 3 squared equals to slant height squared. 8 squared is 64. 3 squared is 9. And that equals to slant height. 64 plus 9 is 73. If you square root both sides, you get that the slant height equals 8.5. Now, the next step is to find the perimeter of the base. This perimeter is a square, so all you have to do is add 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, and that will give you the perimeter of the square. Or you can just say that there are 4 sides and each sides are 6 inches. So 4 times 6, you get 24. Now you got the perimeter and the slant height. Just plug it into the formula. It's 1/2 perimeter is 24 times slant height. If you multiply that out, you get that the lateral area is 102.5. Now for the surface area, the formula is 1/2 times P times L plus B. So B is the area of the base. In this case, this pyramid, the base is a square. So to find the area of this square is just 6 times 6. And 6 times 6 is 36. We already found the lateral area. Right? 1/2 times P times L is 102.5. Now we just add 36. And when you add these two numbers together, you should get that this total surface area of this pyramid is 138.5. The next shape is a triangular prism. So we're back to getting the lateral area of a prism. Lateral area of a prism, the formula is P times H. P is for perimeter. The bases here are 2 triangles. It has a missing side. So for us to find the perimeter, we have to find this missing side. Here's a right triangle. So to find the missing side, we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So we can say 4 squared plus 6 squared equals to C squared. 4 squared is 16. 6 squared is 36. 16 plus 36 is 52. That's equal to C squared. If you square root both sides, you get C equals to 7.2. Now to find the perimeter, all we have to do is add the sides of the base together. So you get 7.2 plus 6 plus 4. And the perimeter is 17.2. The height. The height is the distance between the two bases. So here's my base 1, base 2. So the length between these two bases is 8. So the height is 8. Now I just plug in the formula I get the perimeter 17.2 times 8, and that will give me 137.6, and that is my lateral area. For surface area of a prism, it is pH plus 2 times the area of a base. We already found the lateral area. That was 137.6. Now plus 2b. So the base is the area of just one base. In this case, the base is a triangle. So the area of a triangle, the formula is 1/2 times base times height. Here, the base is 4, the height is 6. If I multiply that out, I would get that the area of one base is 12. So I just plug it in. 137.6 plus 2 times 12. I get that the total surface area of this prism is 161.6. The last shape here is a cylinder. The formula for the lateral area of a cylinder is 2 pi r times h. So here, we're going to use the information that is given to us. So lateral area is 2 times pi. The radius. Here it's given us the diameter, which is 12. So half of the diameter is the radius. So half of 12 is 6. So 2 pi times r, which is 6. And the height is between the two bases. So here's one circle base. Here's the back. The distance between the two bases is 16. So times 16. You multiply that out, you get that the lateral area is 603.2. For the surface area of a cylinder, the formula is 2 pi r times h plus 2 pi r squared. We already found the lateral area of this cylinder is 603.2. So now we just add the 2 pi. The radius we know is 6 and it's square. Perform this operation, you get the total surface area to be 829.4.